Okay, here's my second Junky Junk Journal. This one I didn't cover up with a picture because I wanted to leave this design, but I did have this wooden veneer letter, H for my last name, that I've had for many, many years, and I thought that would look nice just stuck on the front there. This one has a different closure. I put a larger eyelet here and used this small chain to fit through there because this bigger chain wouldn't fit through the hole. But I looped that through and then attached this chain to it, which is attached to this clip. So that's how it stays closed. And the charm is different too. It has more charms instead of dangles. It has a few dangles, but not as many as the other one. Sorry. And this has a crown theme. So there's a crown at the bottom. Some pretty dangles. There's a crown charm. And then this says princess and I should live in a castle. Thought it was so cute. This is a really neat duct tape that I found at Walmart. I had to have that. And on the back there were some mildewed spots. So I covered them up with some columns and frescoes and whatnot. Bas reliefs, I mean. So let's take a look inside this one. I just like the marbling on the inside cover, so I left them as is. This book, for the covers of the signatures, I had this giant Norman Rockwell book. It's just huge. And it's very awkward, but it had these nice heavy cardstock pages throughout, and they were also huge. Like, they would fold out, and they were just gigantic. So I used some of those pieces of art for my covers of signatures, and because they were folded, there would be folds where I didn't want them, so I reinforced them with strips so that they wouldn't just fold when I didn't want them to. And I made a mistake. This piece of art has Norman Rockwell himself. He put himself in his art a lot, and I wanted that to be right in the front. And then when I started stitching my signatures in, I got it mixed up, and that ended up in the back. But anyway, you'll see it. This is from the front of a book. Little envelope with a tag inside. This came out of a National Geographic magazine from the 1970s, and it's a map of the Rhine River, and you'll see more of this because it unfolded into a very long piece. So there's more of that in here. Piece of Prima packaging, and I didn't want, it's very thick and stiff, so I peeled it so it wouldn't be so thick. So it's, you know, kind of rough here, but I'll have a picture, a collage glued there. This is a page from a shorthand book. Pages out of a book. An envelope, and this, where did that come from? Oh, it came out of a sheet music magazine is what it was called. I don't even know what it was advertising, but I cut that out and stuck it in there. And the second signature has a flap, so you can see more of the painting. And I glued an image from the Norman Rockwell book there. This came out of an old magazine, and it's got journaling on the back. This was from a Lego club thing that came in the mail. This is a birthday card my aunt sent to my husband, which is really funny. It's a birthday story. This mastodon was walking down the street one day, and he bumps into a Tyrannosaurus. And on the inside it says, "Remember?" Really funny. So anyway, this came out of the typing textbook. I love these two, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, and I like this movie. So this was just like the dust jacket. Well, VHS. I don't even have VHS anymore. I have it on DVD now. So This came out of a piano lesson book, piano student book. See, remember? Love, Aunt Linda. Another picture out of the scrapbook, actually, and where it's pink and discolored, that's where she had put glue, because she had it glued down for the other, whatever was on the other side. But when I peeled the picture up, I liked this better, so I don't mind the discoloration. It just makes it look older. This came out of an old magazine too. A piece of Norman Rockwell art, and this is a Bob Mackie, I think it's a purse advertisement that came in a magazine or something. I liked this. It came in the mail, and it was advertising some little baby Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which I think were kind of ridiculous, but I love Snow White, I love Disney, so I used the envelope and some of the pieces of the mailing. I don't even know what this came with. I've had it in my drawer for a while, but when I had the pieces just, you know, laying there waiting for me to put them into a book, it was right over this little girl's face. So that was perfect. I put it in the book that way. A piece of the Norman Rockwell art. There's the other piece of the Bob Mackie. If you don't know who he is, he's a designer, and he's famous for designing Carol Burnett's wardrobe and costumes on her show, besides other things. But here's another piece of Norman Rockwell art. Put some washi tape on that. That's from the typing textbook. This is from Milton Hershey School. My husband went to school when it was Milton Hershey School for Boys. These are the little baby dwarfs that they're advertising, selling. Little dolls. See, my battery light's flashing, so here's another piece of that vellum from Applebee's, but I glued this to paper to make it a little sturdier. It's not a heavy paper, but it does help. And this is from the John Thompson Piano Course book. This was a very fragile piece of paper, so I glued strips of paper, leftover scrapbook paper, all around the edges and down the center to protect it. And on this one, I edge punched it with my EK Success punch. I like that picture with the balloon. This envelope, I split it in the middle and trimmed out a little bit so it can open on both this side and on the other side. Mailing from CVS. Seven Gypsies packaging. I glued on a piece of corrugated cardboard here and a couple of little images. Here's the other half of that envelope. And there's the piece that was supposed to be in the front, Norman Rockwell. And there's the envelope that this Disney mailing came in. So I glued that, made that into a tag and stuck it in there. More of the Rhine River. I did a little bit of stamping in this book, not as much as in the other. I decided I could stamp as I went, as I go on filling the book with collages. Almost done here. This is another piece of that Lego Club mailing. Glued it in as a pocket and put this tag in there. It's been in my stash. This is a map from one of our local businesses, a little quilt shop that moved, and so she printed this map to give to her customers to show where she was moving to within the same town. This is a little envelope that Dish uses for their advertising, and I stamped a little bird sitting on it. And here's the last piece, and I glued down this page from the typewriter book. This is a bookmark that I had made with my stamps, and it was, what do you call it when you cover it with plastic? Anyway, that's what it was. And I used the bookmark for years, and I decided to just stick it in here. And this is a piece from a package that I was sent, one of my swaps. So I liked I'm not sure, this one might have come from Canada, but I am not sure. Anyway, I liked the design on it, so I stuck it in there. So I will have a lot of fun filling these books. I've already enjoyed what I've done so far, and I think it'll take a long time. I'll just play with them from time to time and add stuff here and there, and just enjoy doing them. I hope you enjoyed watching them. Let me know what you think. Please leave a comment, and please subscribe if you like it. Thanks. Bye-bye.